Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another great episode of Urban Tasters. With your boy Grass with my me, who else? We got some good treats on the menu tonight. As anybody know, like I said, I always said I have my favorite foods: pizza, French fries, and tacos. So I was sitting here just having been looking, and I was like, man, I want some tacos. I used to get some real good tacos down south. A taco truck called Urbano's Tacos. And it's like, man, ever since I left from down there, it's like I just didn't eat any tacos since I got here. So it's just been like a craving of mine. So I tried this place called El Pastorcito Taco y Burritos. Of course, you know I'll put all the information in the description, but I think if I'm correct, it's not too far from me. The stuff should be here soon. Um, like I said, as far as tacos, man, I've always been. If y'all look back on my Instagram, my official Instagram, you'll see like, man, me and tacos just been a thing. I got tons of pictures on my phone. Like I always proud everywhere I can go to get tacos. Like I love tacos. Um, like I said, for me, I had traditional tacos. They're not really my thing. So a Mexican guy actually told me I like street tacos. Yeah, they the same ones they eat. That's the ones he loved too. But he said don't ever go and ask for a traditional style because you're gonna be surprised at what you get. They're still good, it's just less garnishes and stuff on top, but sometimes they come with, different type of bread, stuff like that. But I love them. I mean, most of the time down south, you can get them at any. They got taco trucks all across the city, about $2, 250 a taco. I don't think I paid more than $3 for any of them. These tacos, I think I paid about $12 for three, which generally isn't bad, but we'll see how they look when they get here, and then we'll make our determination from there. Because, like I said, I'm used to paying $2.50, $3 a taco. And the beautiful thing with how they did it, you can get fish or chicken. The only tacos that was more expensive or more than $3 was the shrimp tacos and stuff like that. But they was only $3.50. And this taco place actually used to marinate season like these tacos was the best. I mean, I didn't try the American food, but I know I tried everything that they sell as far as Mexican wise, and I loved everything they had. So, you know, it is what it is. But I got a little piece right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cheap onto this food come, and we're gonna get back as they deliver it. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I guess tonight is your special night because we got an extra. I was sitting here chiefing on this magnificent masterpiece right here. That's all the ones that I wrote. And I was just saying, thinking like, well, while we wait for this food not smoke, why not get them a little exclusive? This strand right here kind of goes good with tacos because, like I said, the flavor of it is just so sweet. Kind of tastes a little bit like candy with the citrus flavor. Um, this is actually a strain that we reviewed. That's why I'm talking about it. The video's already out. And if I remember telling people, I kind of like it because it's a productive vibe. But this is the orange cream soda. Um, like I said, it tastes tremendous. Oh, it's like great, great, great. Um, and still, I would say days later, it's like to me, it's a smooth high. It's kind of like that great cigar. It's smooth, not harsh, and the throat just goes down. But then at the end of it, you're like, wow, that's how this works. But some new things, like I said, up and coming as far as around this platform. And then as far as like I said, I get back to my other love of Mexican food. But it's a lot of things coming. Like I said, it's a studio. I got in the process of making now, so we'll actually have a home for these videos. Won't really be virtual backgrounds anymore, full detail. Everything's good. Working on that now. That should be up in place soon. I really like to surprise viewers, but I also like to let them know that way when it just happens, it happens. So it's still kind of like a surprise. But like I said, with the Mexican food, I don't know why I just fell in love with it. And to me, it's like this is another reason why I made this channel for you guys because I grew up in the inner city, um, middle class area. Not I grew up in the hood. I grew up in a middle class area. So the food that we would generally used to eat was Chinese American food and Chinese food. To break it down a little bit of what I mean Chinese American, which is Chinese people making American food, cheeseburgers, French fries, chicken wings, so on and so forth. And then you had your traditional Chinese stores which sold, chicken wings, fried rice, all that good stuff, lo mein, guy paying, all that stuff. So that's generally what we grew up off of. It's just was a bunch of renditions of it made by a bunch of different Chinese people. So when corner stores came about, they started making the same exact meals over and over again. So by the time I got able to drive, my palate was like, man, fuck out of here, man. I don't want no more cheeseburger specials. I don't want no more hungry man specials. I'm tired of wings and fries. So I started to venture out, spending a little bit of time in, the Puerto Rican part of the city. I fell in love with a lot of food down there that I was eating and stuff. So when I got older, I kind of gravitated to like I said, I started eating like patillos and stuff, fell in love with them. And then being ignorant, I'm like, oh, Mexican food, Puerto Rican food, the same. Nah, it ain't. So I go to a taco truck, and of course they got the names polo with all that shit. I'm like, oh, I don't know what this be. I'm like chicken. So call my Spanish man, he tell him chicken on the joint. Tacos was hit. And I mean, I was used to my mom, everybody had their folks back in the day. Used to make the ground beef, put the tacos in the oven for a couple minutes, all that good shit. So you used to eat tacos coming up, but it's different when you eat tacos with that overnight seasoned chicken, and they top it off with cilantros, the purple onions. Some of them put a little more extra on them, depending on how they make them. I done had someone that would put some pineapples in the mix. Um, like it's just the difference of tacos. So when I got into fish tacos actually come with this orange sauce. It's, oh my God, so good. And then the most taco trucks will give you, this guacamole, salsa, and some of them eat is red sauce. I like the red one because that's the hot sauce. But you get to choose, most people pick their poison, they gonna take the green. The green one always watered down. I like the thick one. So I picked the red sauce. But it's like the combination is so good. Like when you eat the fish tacos with that orange sauce and that hot sauce, man, it's magic. Mix it in with the mangoes and whatever little fruits they got chopped up in there. Yeah, I done had some tacos. I done had some big ass tacos filled with the straight chicken breasts and garnishes. They wasn't even the best ones. Cause like I tell people, to me, the taco trucks that I go to, yeah, it might come in a white box, but that shit like it can be in a restaurant. And then the taste is amazing, knowing that it came out of truck. Like me, honestly, I get tacos from places, like I love chicken wonton tacos. Me and my homie was just talking about it earlier. I will go just to get chicken wonton tacos. That's how much I'm a taco dude. When I was a kid, me and my pop used to go to Chi Chi's. If y'all remember Chi Chi's, the restaurant, yeah, we used to go to Chi Chi's on the weekends. That's how much we loved it. But even then, I wasn't really, I was a kid, so I was getting like nachos, dipping sauce, cheese, and dumb stuff. I wasn't getting no enchiladas and none of that good shit. Like them real Mexican meals I was getting, start getting later on that line when I started exploring. And I mean, to me, it's like I really think outside of American style food, that is probably my next second food. Definitely being down south, that's really all I ate outside the house was tacos. I mean, the weirdest thing about it, all them years, I never got a quesadilla. And the reason why is because being up north in Philly, our quesadillas are a little different than the ones I have seen anywhere else. Now, most quesadillas are a piece of circle and it's flipped with chicken and cheese inside. The way we make our quesadillas, we leave them circle, put the chicken and cheese inside, and then put another, piece on top. And then they cut it in slices like a pizza. To me, I like it that way because people might think, because they give you all that chicken. No, I don't want all that meat in my mouth freeze. So at the end of the day, I'll take the one where they put all the same amount of chicken and spread it out, but make it, like the size of maybe small to medium pizza. Versus you flipping it in half and packing all that shit inside. Nobody want all that shit. Like I literally can only eat 4 or 5 bites out of a piece, and that shit sit there. Because when they break it in that way, they'll cut it in either 3 pieces. Some of them will cut it in four. If they cut it in four, I'll mess with y'all because I'm only gonna eat that fourth slice, and I got the other three. That's another thing about this platform too. I'm not a real big eater. I mean, I don't eat a lot. So the portions, I really look for the smaller portions because I program myself during weight loss journeys, and my mind kind of never went back. So you will never see me at a buffet. No episodes at buffets. Because I mean, but to me, a buffet is a waste of money. I go in there and make 8 plate, eat a couple green beans and some bourbon chicken and be on my way out the door. So for that reason, I don't really do buffets. I'm more like a one-off guy. That's why you'll always see me get something like a meal, tacos or nachos. That's another thing. I love nachos. Coming up as a kid, I don't know why my mom didn't make nachos. I mean, some of the times, I guess, when you're younger and you gotta account for more kids in the house, you can't just say, "Hey, let's make nachos." Because for her to make nachos for every kid in the house, along her and my father, that would be like 2 to 3 bags of tortilla chips that they would have used to do that. At least 2 to 3 bags of tortilla chips. And then on top of that, I mean, it would probably just be a mess. But even back in that day, I probably would have been happy just to have the tacos without the chicken and ground beef. Just the joints with the cheese and jalapenos and garnishes. I would have been cool with them, but no, we never made nachos. And I mean, tacos, she might got a little fancy and chopped up some lettuce, some little pieces of tomatoes, put some cheese on there. And it's another thing. All the real tacos I had don't have cheese on. So I don't know what that's about. I did have some one time with some feta cheese on. But outside of that, I never seen yellow cheese or none of that on no real tacos. So honestly, I think they don't put them on there, and I prefer them without them anyway. But it's like I love them, I love them. And then I had moved down south, and like I said, my folks I was staying with, my little cousin used to cook pretty good, and she ended up making these, take they chicken enchiladas. And when I was watching her make them, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that? Then she like, the way she did it, I'm like, I don't know. Then I'm like, you just soak them in that shit? Oh yeah, that stuff will cook off. I'm like, I see like it's gonna be soggy. Nah, you'll see. Man, them motherfuckers was so good. To me, even going to the Mexican restaurant, the ones I had at home was better than the ones from the Mexican restaurant. I don't know. But I say all the time, man, I chased that girl down for years to make me some of them joints. They was good as hell. And ever since then, I've been hooked on enchiladas. And, that's kind of like as far as I went. And I mean, a lot of people got to understand, once again, viewers, I don't eat pork and I don't eat beef. So certain entrees, I really cannot venture out. If they make it in the chicken form, of course I'll try it. But if it don't come in chicken, I can't eat it personally, or unless it's seafood. But I don't eat red meat, so that kind of curves a lot of menus in a restaurant when I go there. And, yes, it was a hard struggle because a lot of people asked me, but at the end of the day, it wasn't that hard. Because with me, if I it's the what I'm eating. So the substitute, as long as it's one. To me, I love coming up as a kid, cheeseburger specials, cheesesteak specials. Um, Mainly that was my main go-to. So when the world changed and I can get turkey burgers and I can get chicken cheesesteaks, I'm like, okay, well, I still eat cheesesteaks, I still eat burgers. And then I'm not gonna say trick me, but somebody had gave me some tofu. And out of all the things, like the way they did it, they was like, yo, man, try this. Another thing that expanded my mind on food. But hey, like try this. And it was just basic goulash. Noodles, look like noodles and ground beef. And I'm like, yo, this shit good. He had the little grated Parmesan cheese, all that stuff in there. I'm like, damn, that shit good. He's like, yo, man, I told you, man, my wife can burn. My wife can burn. And they was Muslim. So I'm like, okay, I know they ain't no pork. I said, this shit slamming. So after I clean the bowl, he like, you want some more? I'm like, yeah. He like, all right, before I get you some more, I gotta tell you what it was. I said, nigga, what you mean what it was? It was food. Like, what you just give me, bro? And he was like, yeah, that wasn't meat. That was tofu. We vegans. You what? Nigga, I'm vegan. Keep in mind, if anybody think I'm ignorant, I'm telling y'all now, this was probably like maybe '03. So yeah, the word vegan wasn't just a common word. But he was like, yeah, we vegan. I'm like, man, well, come on, bro. He was like, man, I'm telling you, man. I said, you tried to get me, man. I said, that shit was good though. So now people thinking like most, you know, I'm not most. So first thing I'm gonna say is, well, then how y'all make it? And y'all eat like this all the time? So now I'm inquiring. He like, okay, then and they don't want to swing on me. Now I can talk. Oh yeah, bro, we eat like this all the time. She make all types of little dishes and stuff like that. So when stuff came about, I was always open to try it, and then I was open to young things food wise as a kid. So when people used to come over and be like, "Man, why you got all that stuff on your pizza?" That's why. I've been ordering, green peppers, onions, and stuff like that, mushrooms and chicken pizza back in the early 90s when Cass was just getting beef pepperoni and cheese. I've been ordering pizza like that. I remember they was like, yo, they make a buffalo chicken pizza. I've been had a buffalo chicken pizza back in the 90s. I was a fat kid. Pizza store, give me whatever I want. When they see my number, they ain't gonna challenge me and be like, no, we don't make that. I mean, we can. What's on it? Well, I would think you just, y'all welcome. I would throw a little tidbit, all that stuff I would put on the menu for y'all because it wasn't on the menu. I just used a greedy kid. And I'd be like, can y'all do this? And they be like, man, for you, we'll try. But if it don't taste right, man, don't be telling everybody. I said, all right, yeah, I got you. And that's how I used to create my little meals, man. Telling you. That's why y'all see one of the reviews is In and Out Pizza because they was one of the only pizza stores in my area that will let me do it. Most of them will be like, if it's not on the menu, but it's the same cook. And then when I look on the menu now, and I'll be like, damn, y'all sell all my stuff. It's standard now. Damn, wow. You welcome. I remember my cousin used to be one of the first cats running around asking for the three cheese steaks. Now that's a standard steak. I remember when he used to tell him, no, I just went to two joint. Just went to Wiz and American. I don't like provolone. See what I'm saying? Like it was a lot. Like we used to be able to make our own food back in the days with the stores that rock with you like that. So I mean, it definitely was easy, but I mean, like I said, we never had growing up in my area. You heard me name what we had, so we didn't have a lot of like Mexican restaurants, Dominican restaurants. Of course, the Dominican people worked in the poppy stores that made the American food. That was another source of food we had too, of course. The little poppy stores, corner stores that made the hoagies, cheesesteaks, and all that stuff. American food. So once again, like I said, in my area, there isn't any Mexican restaurants. Not a one. Never seen one. Honestly, I never even seen a Dominican restaurant in my area because in my area, and that most people know in Philly, it's broke down, not segregated, but semi. So you're not going to see an African restaurant in my area. You're not going to see a Dominican restaurant in my area. Yeah, you're not going to see an Italian restaurant in my area. You will see a Jamaican restaurant in my area. And now since I have came back, we do have a little what they call a Mexican restaurant, which we order from tonight. But I'm thinking if I'm correct, it's like a old pizza store and it got took over that way and they sell Mexican food and they also sell pizza and stuff still. So either way you look at it, I mean, technically, I guess it is finally a Mexican restaurant up here because looking at the menu, they do sell a lot of authentic Mexican dishes. You can also get your tacos different ways, stuff like that. And they also have, Mexican dessert. So that's the closest thing I could say for me being here my whole life in Philly is that being a Mexican restaurant in this area. So, I mean, most of the time when I tell y'all being here outside of the chicken wonton tacos, which I get from restaurant, I got my tacos from trucks. All of them was taco trucks. All of them, I mean, I'll name a few for y'all. I'll throw them out there because they still there. But I had one taco truck I used to go to on Raza Center Table Road that sit in front of this little corner store up the street from, if y'all remember, another restaurant we'll probably do later. But once again, they sell the same stuff, but I do fuck with them, which is Ed's Pizza. Sits on the corner, Alney, Rosin Sun, and Table Road. And if you're going back up Rosin Sun towards Alney Avenue, not towards the boulevard, the opposite from the boulevard, you'll see a white truck sitting there. It looks like it's closed, but from it's not. I mean, it looked like that when I used to go to it, but it's not. It's open. I got another one that I used to go to a lot back then, which was over there by Olney High School. Keep in mind, these are the only areas I used to be able to find these trucks like that. And they was open day in and day out, lines of people. So the other one was at Olney High School. Now that I rode past the other day, there's a number of trucks that sits out there. The one that I used to go to is the one that sits on the side not by the high school, but on I think that's Duncannon Street on the side of the AutoZone. The front is this way. I said on the side of it, the right side of the AutoZone. I think that's Duncannon Street. It was a white truck that sat right there. They used to sell good tacos too. Cause sometimes I'll switch up. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had to pick, no disrespect, the one on Rise Sun and Table Road was the ones that I preferred because I went there a lot. I don't know if I got the love tacos or them joints used to be slamming, and I think they used to tip crazy. But it's like I said back then, it was only about $2 per taco. So I might get like three, get my cousin, because I always went got them when I went to my cousin house that lived up the street. And that's when like a lot of like when I came off my weight, I started looking into lighter meals because the old me would have showed up to your house with two pieces and some wings and would have ate half of it and left the other half. So I started simplifying my meals, which is like, oh, let me just grab two tacos real quick. I'm busy. That stopped me from grabbing a hoagie or cheesesteak real quick. So that's another reason why, my love for tacos grew and why I eat tacos so much. But checking this thing, food is almost here. And as you see, this is going. So I'll be back when the food arrives. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tacos have arrived. Smells pretty good. Smells pretty good. Oh wow. It's crazy. They actually look like the ones I used to get down south a little bit because I know last time I got them, that somebody was telling me that I picked the wrong style of taco or something. That's why I ended up what I ended up with. But man, I'm telling you, man, they smell amazing. I mean, like I said, my buddy told me which ones to click, and I'm telling you, they look amazing, man. But they actually do come exactly how I explained. I did not know this was gonna work this way, but as you see, here's your red sauce, here's your green sauce. I like to mix them. They come with these little chopped up. Now, this is another thing too. I'm gonna tell you the difference. Okay, I'm glad I said something because see down south, when you get your tacos, they come with these garnishes on the side, but some of the good ones they give you these radishes. More other ones they give you cucumbers. Um, as you'll see in the second video, I like this little way they do it too. Um, they don't wash the skin on their cucumbers. That's mm, like I said, it's the little things with me. But yeah, the cucumber skin, like I don't know, I like to eat my garnishes. I'm not kind of the one that throw them on the side. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. But I actually like my cucumbers, and I'm gonna tell you a weird thing about me. The hot red sauce, I like to dip my cucumbers in the sauce. Like once I get done putting them on my chicken or putting them on my taco, I'll garnish them. Another thing too about these sauces, super, super watery. Um, to me, honestly, the truck that I used to get them from down south kind of spoiled me because everything was freshly made. This stuff was not watered down or cut like this. The green one, like I described earlier in the video, I mean earlier in the episode, that it wasn't soupy. Like it just was a simple fact. It was like, okay, it was supposed to be guacamole, but then it was like juice, but it didn't have like as much body as the red one did. So I always preferred the red one. Now their red one is a lot lighter. So I don't know because they use a different recipe of hot sauce. I don't know. But let's see what we got. Hmm. Um, overall, mm, They're okay. Um, like I said, a lot of things, as you can see, I just put all this garnish on top of it. There's all this garnish. There's another thing, I mean, juice, just from these sauces alone. Um, this hot one is very weak. If I'm correct, I mean, another secret, I know how to make a lot of this stuff too. So that's not a good sign to skim on ingredients. You get close to $4 a taco. I understand, and I mean, we definitely going to have to give a few restaurants some passes on these episodes because by me not just being a reviewer, I'm also a business guy. So I respect rent and lease prices in certain areas of where they decide to put business. When I was younger, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't telling them to do business up here. I still kind of feel that way. But for those people that do end up having to do business in these areas, I know a restaurant up here is probably about 3,000 a month, maybe more, five, because they know what that building will make. So if the prices had to be a little higher, same thing I dealt with anyway. People will pay attention now. You go in the county, you buy something, chips and stuff is the same, but food is not. Fast food is sometimes cheaper between county and city. But when you paying a higher rent as a one-off store or mom and pop, you can't really afford to sell cheap tacos. I mean, cheap food if you paying high rent. How you gonna make money? You'll just be breaking even. So you gotta keep that in consideration. But in this scenario, this is not an excuse because for $4 a taco, I feel that they should be able to offer better sauce. Like I said, it's very soupy. Um, something tastes sweet. I don't know what it is. I gave it to the lime. I never had a sweet lime. Well, I don't know. But best thing I can say is you give it a try your way. And this is only my style. I don't know what the other ones are like. I had two so far. Yes, I did enjoy these better than the first ones that I had. Um, look a little bit more like the ones I'm used to. Taste, once again, this chicken is not marinated overnight and sat. Kind of just marinated today, probably. Mm, the place I used to have, they used to mix it. Sometimes you'll get boneless thigh. Sometimes you'll get boneless chicken breast. But I was fine either way because it was still tasted great. Still sauteed both either way. Didn't taste no different. This was light and dark. But as always, I'll put the details for this restaurant in the description so y'all can make your own choice. To me, like I said, I can't say too much bad about it. Being though that it's a business in my area. Um, but we gonna try a few more taco restaurants during this crusade because now they got me re-energized into wanting tacos. And I know we got some good tacos in the city. Um, before I left here, the only Mexican food I was really eating was the places I named. And then as far as like on the nacho side, I go to Cordova's. So this right here is definitely got to be regained. And I don't want to be one of them people that say that the good food is in the truck. Y'all gonna quote me on it because it's on camera, but I'm sorry. I have said it to many people behind closed doors. Some of the best food is on the truck. I don't know if they care. I don't know what the catch is, but I promise you, the best food I had have came out of a vessel over a building. We'll see throughout the travels. But it's always like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit your notification bell so you can get all the new updates on what we got going on and what's coming. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. And as always, thank you guys for joining another episode with your high ass boy Grubs. If not me, who else? And as always, I'll see y'all guys next time.